The books we cover often contain mature, sensitive, or potentially triggering content. While we aim to discuss them with care, we always recommend checking each book's individual trigger warnings before reading or listening to each episode. Protect your peace, girl. Your mental health matters here. Welcome to Beauties, Books, and Bops. I'm Courtney, and welcome to our first episode. Period, y'all. And each week we'll dive into our favorite romance novels, pair them with music, and explore the characters, the plot, and the emotions that make these stories unforgettable. We'll be discussing books that make us swoon, cry, and everything in between. Each episode will feature a deep dive into a different book with a beauty aesthetic and a killer soundtrack. So, a little bit about me, your host. I'm the owner of Eventful Party Rentals, and I'm also the co-owner of Eventful Picnics by Design. I've always loved creating moments and making people smile, which led me to this podcast. More importantly, I've been a reader my entire life. As early as I can remember, I've always had a book, or I've always been reading a story, creating an alternate universe in my head. Reading is such a solo hobby, such an isolated hobby that you don't really have that connection. It's not like, oh, let's watch this movie together. Oh, let's go to this concert or listen to this music together. You're really just by yourself. You can't even talk while you're reading, or you can't interact with other people. You're just in it. And I've always had such a deep appreciation for music. Music has gotten me through some of my toughest times. It's gotten me through my brightest times. And every time I'm reading, music has always been my companion because it's nobody else who can listen to it. I've had friends who I've shared literature interests with, but I've never really had that deep connection until recently with other people who love books as well. So music has always been my friend, and I want to share it with you guys. I want to put you where I'm at when I'm reading a book and share that experience with you, what music I'm thinking about, what in the scene I'm relates to me, or what I imagine the character is thinking about. So yeah, welcome to Beauties, Books, and Bops. Today we're starting off with The Sweetest Oblivion by Danielle Lori. This is the first book in the Maid series. This Mafia series has all of the tension, the steam, and the slow burn. Here's a summary of the book we're about to be discussing. She's a romantic at heart, living in the most unromantic of worlds. Nicknamed Sweet Abelli for her docile nature, Elena smiles on cue and has a charming response for everything. She's the favorite daughter, the perfect Mafia principessa, or was. Now, all she can see in the mirror's reflection is blood staining her hands like crimson paint. They say first impressions are everything. In the murky waters of New York's underworld, Elena's sister is arranged to marry Nicholas Russo, a made man, a boss, a cheat, even measured against Mafia standards. His reputation stretches far and wide and is darker than his black suits and ties. After his and Elena's first encounter ends with an accidental glare on her part, she realizes he's just as rude as he is handsome. So he doesn't like the man or anything he stands for. Though that doesn't stop her heart from pattering like rain against glass when he's near, nor the shiver that goes down her spine at the sound of his voice. And he's always near, telling her what to do, making her feel hotter than any future brother-in-law should. Elena may be sweet of belly on the outside, but she's beginning to learn she has a taste for darkness, for rough hands, cigarettes, and whiskey-colored eyes, having already escaped one scandal. However, she can hardly afford to be swept up in another. Besides, even if he were hers, everyone knows you don't fall in love with a made man, right? This is a standalone forbidden romance with plenty of steam and angst. So, that is a synopsis of The Sweetest Oblivion. This is one of my favorite Mafia romances. And so, diving into The Sweetest Oblivion by Danielle Lori, we get a chance to meet Sweet Abelli and her family. We've got Elena's older brother Tony, who is a bit of a hothead, a bit of an asshole, who's really like self-motivating. Then we've got Elena, who's a bit of the invisible child, who is a child they don't have to worry about, the child who they have high expectations for, and she's just trying to make it through the thing and like ease everything for her family, but she fucked up. She got caught up and she got caught. And you learn a little bit about that later on. And then you got Adriana, who is Sweet Abelli's younger sister, who kind of got thrown into the fire because Elena fucked up. It's like, hey, you messed up, so you had to step. Your sister messed up, so we're gonna need you to step in and cover her mess for it. So we come into the book. Adriana is engaged to be married. She's marrying Nicholas Russo, and Sweet Abelli has been deemed unfit to get married. And this is where we come in. Like, Adriana's marrying Nicholas, and Elena's kind of like peeping the scene. She's trying to see what's going on. There is Sunday, and they're at church, and she feels extreme guilt because she's supposed to be the older sibling. She's supposed to be the one who's getting married first. It should be her who's a self-sacrificial lamb initially, but her father said, hey, she was fucking, so I'm ducking. And so Adriana's the one who's getting married now. And she's got all that going through her head. She's got the guilt from her little yeah, the dude who she was hooking up with. He has gotten killed, so she's got that going through her head. She's got the guilt from her sister. She was hooking up with the gardener, and now obviously that's a no-go now, and she's getting married to Nicholas. So she's got that guilt on her head. Elena got a lot going on. So she's going to the church. They do the service. They're leaving the church, and she's just feeling like real fucked up about it. Like, damn, like the one time I choose to do something for me, I messed the whole thing up. And so she just like glaring and like real pissed off, like, you know, that resting bitch face where you just mad at the world. So she got that going on. She look up, and of course she connect eyes with Nicholas Russo, and he like, what the fuck she got going on? And so she like, shit, he already seen the look, so I might as well own it. And they're glaring at each other. And she like, whatever, it is what it is. Like, whatever. And that's the first time they unofficially meet. Like, it wasn't like a real meeting where they were introduced to each other, but like, that was the first time they connected eyes. So then you fast forward, and they're at her family's house, and her sister lollygagging because like Adriana don't want to get married. She got something going on with the gardener, and I really feel like she should have not wised up. Like, I feel like she should have just accepted it for what it was, because a lot of that fell on Elena. But Elena trying to corral her, like, hey girl, get it together. Like, it is what it is. Accept it. You marrying this man. Get it together. But she doesn't, and so a lot of that responsibility falls on Elena, and Elena going down there to offer excuses for why her sister up there lollygagging to meet her future man, because they are all in the Mafia, and Elena's father is like the Don, and he's doing business with Nicholas Russo, who is Adriana's husband. This is an arranged marriage, and they're bringing the families in together. So the Abellis and the Russos have been feuding for years. They're tying in together, and Adriana's just bullshitting, and Elena's like, girl, grow up. So eventually Elena goes downstairs, and she meets up with her father, and he's making the introductions between her and Nicholas. And Nicholas like, hey, yo, I just met her. Like, she was a whole bitch to me at the church. But he's not saying that. What he's saying is he making it like he already know Elena was out fucking and sucking, and that's why she's deemed unfit for marriage. So he kind of like alluding into it because he pissed. He mad that she was glaring at her like, "How dare you? You must not know who the fuck I am." And so he's like, "Oh, I've already met Elena. I've already seen Elena. I already know what it is with Elena." And so her dad looking at her like, "Damn, you done fucked him too?" And so Elena don't even know what to say. She stuck between two worlds. Like a part of her want to swage the situation and like ease everything over between her rival, her father's family rival, and her father. Like she want to be like, oh, keep the peace. But then the other part of her want to say like, fuck you. Like we ain't got nothing going on. Like we just having to make eyes while I was going on in my car, minding my business. And so Elena just kept the peace because again, she's sweet Abelli. That's all everybody knows her as, the peacemaker, the one who hold everything together and hold everything down. So she was just like, oh, he, like she keeping it cute, keeping it moving, like, oh, it is what it is. So they're sitting there at the dinner. This is like the first dinner after they've announced the engagement. This is directly after the church when Elena's glaring at them. And like I said before, they are very much so rivals. The Abellis and the Russos do not get along. And so Elena sitting down at the table, the dinner table, this long dinner table, and she just happy that she not sitting over there with Nicholas' rude ass. Adriana's sitting next to him and they trying to get to know each other. And she just trying to mind her business, eat her little dinner and move on. And so who was it? It was Nicholas's cousin, Nico Russo. Nicholas's cousin sitting next to her, and he muttering underneath his breath. Elena's older brother Tony was like, "What'd you say? Like, I thought you said something. Like, I didn't hear it. What did you say?" And so he was like, "I got better things to do than sit around here and like watch y'all make a fool of yourself." And Elena's stupid ass brother was like, "Oh, was I making a fool of myself when I popped your homie? Was I making a fool of myself when I killed your mans? Wasn't that your best friend that I shot the other day? Wasn't that him?" And so then Elena already knew. Everybody already knew. Everybody at the table basically like cleared their breath and was like, "Shit. Dumbass. Like, what you think was gonna happen? You can't tell. You ain't nobody about to tell me that they killed my mans, and that's about to be it." So of course, the cousin pop up, grab Elena, choke her up, got the gun on her head. He's like, "Oh, you killed him. Well, how you about to feel when I kill your sister? Like, so what's up? Well, that's what you was doing, so I'm about to show you what I'm doing." And then Tony pop up, the older brother, he got the gun, it's all shaking and wavering. Elena sitting there like, damn, I'm about to die off of this, I'm about to die off my brother, saying something stupid. And everybody else keeping it cool. It's as if they really don't give a fuck if she live or die. And her brother was like, not her brother, her father was like, "Hey, keep it cool. What y'all doing? Y'all doing too much." And then Nico Russo was like, "Hey, sit the fuck down. Quiet all that shit." And so everybody sitting down, everybody putting their guns down, and then pop, pop, pop. Nico shot the cousin who was holding Elena. Cause he don't do that shit. Like, what did you, like, you my family, but like, you doing too much. And so right after he killed him, and this is why I feel like this is literally the perfect song for how they met. He said she probably liked it sweet and vanilla. Probably preferred the man to get on his knees and beg of it. Lorenzo would. I'd rather shut my dick in a car door. Like, Lorenzo is his cousin. His cousin, everybody wants Sweet Abelli. His cousin, his brother, his whoever, everybody wants Sweet Abelli ass. And that's why Nico was for real relieved when his daddy said, when Sweet Abelli daddy said that Sweet Abelli was unfit for marriage, because he don't want nobody that everybody want. But then now that he's seeing the person that everybody want, he like, shit, I want her too. And he's sitting there the whole time during the dinner. He's sitting there the whole time during the church. He's sipping his whiskey, his straight ass whiskey. He's sitting there ready to kill somebody just off this first meet cute. He like, I'm him. I'm so dirty. I'm so rough. I'm so whatever. And she's just Sweet Abelli. Like, she got the pink on. She's sipping on her sweet little drink. She eating the tiramisu. And he over there roughs, drinking his whiskey neat. He's like, I'm glad I got this weird little sister. Because in no way would we be a match. And to me, this song is the epitome of their first meet. If you played Too Sweet by Hozier, skip to 1:04. That right there is exactly what the first meet was about, because woo! He knew, even from like, this is happening in like the first two chapters. That Sweet Abelli was Sweet Abelli. It was in that moment that he knew she was sweet, and he knew that he wasn't, because he'd take his whiskey neat. He said it in the book, and I'm like, he automatically knew it. And so that was a bit about the whole first time that they met. And then from there, you see a little bit more tension grow into their relationship, where they've got the engagement or the engagement announcement dinner going on, and he's pressing her for details about her sister, or when he's at the house after he shot his cousin in defense for her, and he's watching the news, and he comes up pressed behind her, and he's watching the news, and he wraps her long black ponytail around his wrist twice. Please. Like, I would have told my sister to go kill herself after he did that, because there wasn't no way that wasn't my man. And she over here like, oh, they're great or good, please. Please. The way he was pressed up against her back, when the news was playing, it wouldn't have been no way that wasn't my man. So, Sweet Abelli's adamant that nothing went on with Tyler. She's saying it wasn't even a kiss. She was taking his life away, because that's so stupid. It wouldn't be no way in hell I could tell a man that. They're like, oh, I wasn't kissing him, babe. I was taking his life away. He's letting me every way but silly. You know, what you mean taking his life away? Because the play was an adaptation of Romeo and Juliet, and she was playing death. So at one point, her and Tyler came close when Tyler, who I'm assuming is Romeo, is fixing to die. And she comes up close to him, and their lips get real close without touching. And she sucks the life out of him. Because as you remember, Romeo does die. So she sucks the breath out of his lips. And then Romeo, aka Tyler, aka the op, dies. And that's that. That's the platonic kiss. And so Nico's like, oh, well, if it's so platonic, then I guess you won't mind if I tell your dad when we get back to the crib. Guess you won't mind if I tell your brother about this when we get back to the crib. And Sweet Abelli is freaking out because, mind you, she unfit for marriage because she didn't fuck before, of course. So that's what that means. She thinking like, oh, if her family think that she been ducking and dodging, dipping and whoever, and with Tyler, they gonna kill him. She don't want that on her blood again. She already fucked up from the first time. She already altered her whole personality off of the first time. So she begging, whatever you need, Nico, whatever you want, whatever you need. And so he like, oh, so prove it to me. My brows knitted. Proof what? That it was platonic. How am I supposed to? My stomach erupted with butterflies when it dawned on me. The shock of what he wanted me to do settled into space like an elephant in the room. You're serious? Deadly. He like, shit, if it was platonic kiss him, then platonically kiss me. Show me. I'm a friend too. Friends need kisses too. And so she like, if you promise. At this point, Sweet Abelli is only thinking about saving Tyler, her dance mate's life. Nico is thinking like, oh, that moving like you bought that shit, better stop that shit. No, Nico thinking like, I want this, I want her so bad. Like, she gotta give me something, or I'm gonna air all this shit out. So they on two completely opposite ends of the spectrum. She trying to save her dance partner life. He trying to save himself from killing everybody just to get a little whiff of it. So she's like, I'm gonna show you how I was sucking the life out of him. And so she got up close to him. She wait. Before she said that, she's like, you ain't killing him. Like, this is what it is. But before that, he was trying to get her to say like, say my name. Say my name. Like, you need to call me by my name, because she called him Nicholas this whole time. But she's like, I'm not doing that, because you know when she called him Nico, it's over. Panties on the floor. So she calling him Nicholas. He like, oh, but if you want something, you gotta give something. So that's when he like, oh, well, shit, bitch, you about to kiss me. And so she end up coming up real close to him. Like, they lips like half a centimeter apart. They don't for real kiss. But like, the lips are brushing against each other a little bit. And because she's death from this play that she's portraying, she sucked the breath off of him. And baby Nico was bricked up. And she was sopping wet like a tsunami. Like, she was doing that the whole time to prove to herself that she didn't really give a fuck about him. And he doing that because she antagonizing him. And he's like, well, I can't say it and like redid. Or I can't do this and that and back off from it. So they both egging each other on. They both don't even want to do it because they know what it is once they do it. And what they do is create hella chemistry. Like, he over there gripping the steering wheel because they in a car. He was supposed to pick her up and take her home. And he all like, oh, so one thing led to another. And he let that proposal. And so now they're sitting in the car. And so he over there bricked up. She over there slippery, slidily. And he driving them home. And so she don't know what's going on. And he don't know what's going on. God, I love when it's going on. When they both over there horn the fuck up. And don't know that the next person, both of them sitting next to each other, would literally kill the next person they see just to get a whiff of the person that they sit next to. I love that shit. So they end up pulling up at the gas station, and Nico so horned up, so turned up, he got to get out the car. He over there acting like, oh, the car need gas. I can't stop. I need to get gas. I have to stop to get gas before I take it to the house. Woo. Whole time he's so bricked up, he can't even sit in the car to make it home. You know, this not the old times where you gotta bring a chaperone. She like, my family don't give a fuck about none of that shit. So this is after the dance rehearsal. He got his arm kicked up around around her shoulders. And he like, shit, you could bring Benito. Let's go out and get Chinese. Let's go get Italian. Like, I'm down to do whatever it is it's taken to do for me to be in your presence for a little bit longer. And she's like, she act like she entertaining it, but she know who her family is at the end of the day. She know who she's related to at the end of the day. It don't matter how many jokes Benito crack. He don't play that. Don't nobody play that. So while she walking out of the ballet rehearsal with his arm, Tyler got his arm kicked up around her shoulder. She walking to the exit. Who she see? Nico. And Nico done seen the whole damn performance. He done seen her up gyrating and getting down, bumping and grinding up on Tyler. Got her leg up on her ankle up on his shoulder. He lifting her, putting her down. And Nico ain't having none of that. None of that. And Sweetest Oblivion had the nerve to kiss Tyler during the dance rehearsal. And so they in the car, and Nico like, so what's all this? Like, this the person this who you going to the wrap up party? This who you going with? You over here kissing people? Do your daddy know that you kissing people at these ballerina quote unquote rehearsals? Like, he playing her heavy. And Elena getting super defensive. She getting pissed. She getting upset. And she was like, I ain't even kiss him. First of all, he's like, you ain't kissed her? What did you do? And Start Over by Lucky Day at 1:35. That is the energy that they were given for that platonic kiss. Man, most attractive man you ever met in your entire life, and that's the song that's playing in the fucking background. Girl, the way I would have been sent. And so, and then she over there sitting in the passenger seat. She's so hot and heavy, but at the same time, this is her sister's man. This is her sister's intended, who she's betrothed to, who she's in an arranged marriage to, and she over there sopping wet over her sister man. So she going through it. He going through it. He fill up the tank. Mind you, the tank already full. He said he only needed $5 to fill the tank up. She get out the car, trying to take a little breather, and she go in there to use the bathroom. And while he filling up the tank, he like over there like, man, I want her bad. And while he over there ruminating over that, Sweetest Oblivion come out the gas station, and she come out, she tensed up. Mind you, Russo, Nico is a Don. He used to reading people. He used to seeing what's going on. He see she tensed up. She uncomfortable. She got the arms folded up. Her body language is dismissive. He like, what's wrong? And she like, nothing. He like, what's wrong? She like, nothing. He like, come on now. Girl, tell him what's going on so he can handle it. So she went in there to use the bathroom. She asked for the keys to use the bathroom. She asked the gas station clerk. Mind you, the gas station clerk and the gas station clerk owner is the same person. His name is David. I've never met a man in my entire life whose name was David who was about shit. So, all that aside, she telling David she got to use the bathroom. This, and that. David tell her, you got to buy something in order to go. You need to use the bathroom, you got to pay. And she patting on herself. I don't even know why she patting on herself. She with Nico. She didn't even need to know who her name was when she with Nico. She don't got a wallet. She don't got no ID. She don't got nothing. She was like, I don't got no money. So when she trying to walk by him to leave, he grabbed her and he grabbed on her ass and said like, well, if you got to use the bathroom, you ain't got no money to pay, like, shit, I got a different way you can figure it out. And so she get all up in arms and she leave. And that's what she tell Nico when she walking out. And so it's about to go down. Ain't no way Nico up here filling up this tank with the $5 worth of gas that the tank need. Bricked up. He ain't been this bricked up please, please. And you done touch Sweet Abelli, and he talking to Sweet Abelli, and Sweet Abelli don't even want to tell him. He like, which hand he touch you with? Which, who, what? Give me all of it. And she's like, promise you don't kill him. Promise you don't kill him. So, Nico getting ready to walk in the gas station. It's 2 cars in the gas station. It's his car and this other guy. It's a black guy. The black guy filled up the tank. He filling up his gas can full of gas. Nico don't even look at him. He walked by him. He grabbed the gas can while the dude still filling it up. The dude look at him like, hey man, what the fuck? And he was like, I'm gonna just say this once. You might want to get the fuck out of here. And the dude was like, oh hell no. Nah. So then Nico walk into the gas station. Mind you, Nico been bricked up this whole time. Because they already had the platonic kiss. He had already seen her kiss Tyler. Excuse me. He had already seen her kiss Tyler. He had already seen this and that. Nico already on sexual edge. And you didn't touch Sweet Abelli? So, Nico walked into the gas station. And he said, hold on, I'm trying to look for the part. So he walks into the gas station and he looking around and he see the dude and he like, oh, like, you own this? This is nice. No roaches or nothing. You own this all your place? He said, I ignored the question and looked around the dump. Nice place you got here. You own it? The clerk glanced around the gas can in my hand. Yeah. Must be your livelihood, I imagine. His expression turned stiff. I don't know what you want, but I'm not interested. Can't afford new floors, nor to replace your sign out front. I'm sure all income is going straight home. Wife, kids, maybe. I undid the cap and then sloshed some gasoline on the dirty laminate. Nico don't give a fuck. Excuse me. Nico don't give you touch Sweet Abelli. It didn't matter. I don't care how many kids you got, what wife you got, whatever. As soon as he walked in there with that gas can, you should have started running. And so he asking the gas station clerk David, while he asking him, he's walking around the gas station pouring the gas can on the floor. Mind you, couldn't no man walk up in my gas station, ask me questions, pull the cap off of a gas can, and start pouring it around, walking through the aisles, whistling, asking me shit about mine. I would already knew. And so Nico ready for war, and the dude pull up the phone to call 911, and before he even do that, he see Nico Ace of Spades tattoo, and Nico like, damn, see, this is why I don't even like getting tattoos, because it ruins the level of anonymity. Fuck that shit. It wouldn't be no man who could say, please, I would have been cream pieing my shit. Soon as a man said like, oh, that's why I don't get tattoos, because everybody know I be killing people and slicing their throats. Like, if I was David, the gas station clerk, I would have been shitting on myself in that moment. And so he said, that woman that just came in here, wrong girl, David. Gas splashed on a few postcards. He don't give a fuck. David, y'all all about to die. You better hope your wife and kids not that back. And then he said, I wanted your hand, but that's a fucking mess, really. Don't have the right knife on me to do the job. The clerk stood frozen and sweating. You got insurance, David? He swallowed. Of course. I thought for a moment about the location and the class of the joint. Hartford Insurance? Yeah. I placed a cigarette between my lips, a dark smile pulling on the corners. The correct answer is you had insurance. Bitch, please. Please. Like, oh my God. Nico know he got it. Like, it would literally be no way. He knew he got it. Like, please. So, he doing all that. He burning up the gas station because he smacked Sweet Belly on the booty. And he had that barely half of a kiss from Sweet Belly. And to me, this is the song that pairs perfect. Dave, the dope fiend, shooting dope. So, Dave, when I don't even remember what I was about to say. When Dave, the gas station clerk, realized he had fucked around and found out with Nico, skip to 1:21 and Burned by Usher. The song title says it all, okay? Nico was ready to let it burn. We kind of get more of a glimpse on the angst trope of the book where we see Elena, she's really trying to fight hard. Like, she want Nico down so bad. And Nico want Elena so bad. And they're trying to both fight those strong feelings for one another. Elena's still trying to push Adriana and Nico together. Nico's still trying to deny that Elena's hot shit and that she's Beyonce of his time. Like, it's so many things going into play. Shit, Elena getting lost up in the sauce. She keep looking at Nico. Well, tat it up. Tat it up. Like, I guess she every time she sees him, she figure out how fine he is. And every time Nico's here, he forget how bad everybody want to be her. Everybody want to be her, or everybody want to be up on top of her. And her father had said she was unfit for marriage, and you can see him kind of like pull her back when it comes to courtships, but you can also really tell that he wants her to be with, you see Oscar Perez introduced around this time. He's someone who's been in the picture, who's been flirting with her, who's making these inappropriate gestures, and you see Nico really come to the head because he like, shit, that's my girl. I don't care who her sister, who I'm supposed to be with. I've been wanting Sweet Belly. And then you get Christian introduced to the mix, which is where Christian is this FBI agent who Sweet Belly's in her head, that's her exit strategy. Because she knows she can't have Nico because he's engaged to her sister, like being pragmatic and being realistic. But also, too, at the same time, she knows she don't want Oscar. And Christian seems like her safest bet, like someone who she feels like she could be secure with, someone who she feels like she could be safe with. And so we've already seen Nico has been come around her house a couple times and then see her in her teeny weeny white, no polka dot bikini. And that Nico and Christian and her dad all have this pool luncheon plan. Sweet Belly said bet. Elena said big bet. I'm about to put on the tightest, tiniest bikini I got. Because if I can't have Nico, I'm for damn sure don't want Oscar. So I need to make sure I can get me some Christian. So they're meeting up at the patio and she up in that pool. She got this little wedgie on. And I'm so surprised Nico ain't air everybody out. She's sitting over there on the edge of the pool. She got her ass pointed towards Christian and Nico. So Christian and Nico are sitting on this side of the table. and then her dad back is to her, so her dad don't got no idea what's going on. Elena swimming her little slow laps. She got her ass crack out. She got the little wedgie. She got the little tits out from the top and the bottom. At least in my head, she got top titty and bottom titty. And she's serving body yaddy. And Danielle Lori said in the book, when she was perched up on the corner of that pool, she had a wedgie. And girls know when you got that wedgie, like, I already know what was going on through these men's head. So this, to me, is the song that was going through Nico's head when he got his biggest op at the time, Christian, sitting right next to him. And then he got the girl he pining after, who's also his future sister-in-law. His future father-in-law is sitting right across from him. So Nico is going through it in this scene. So when Nico was sitting there doing his little man spread by the pool with Christian and Papa Abelli, while Elena had that, I still gotta keep it. When Elena had that wedgie pulled up her ass crack and Nico was going through it, go to 19 seconds into Woman by Harry Styles. The first line right there is pure Nico. Okay? Literally, the angst, the thirst. And that's exactly how Nico should have been feeling at this time, because that's exactly what he deserved. And nothing more, nothing less. He deserved to feel every little piece of angst over this scene. And so at this point, Nico's trying very hard to fight his feelings. Elena's trying hard to fight her feelings. And Adriana don't have no feelings for Nico. Like, not even a little bit. And so they were at this dinner, or they had just started this dinner, and it was like a drive-by shooting, and the angst is just like building up, building up, building up. Elena knows that Nico's her man. Nico knows is no other woman for him but Elena. He may not know it, but deep down in the depths of his soul, he recognizes it. And so there's this drive-by shooting. Of course, Nicholas jumps on top of his woman, Elena, to save her. And it's so much commotion going on, so many things going on. At this point, Elena has noticed, like, bro, Coochie been dripping from my sister man. I don't have no choice but to admit it, because I want her. And I want him. And so the shootout happens. Somebody dies. This isn't that. Everybody sit up. Elena come to that conclusion, like, bro, I need to get my man, because everybody dying. Like, this is my man. Fuck it. I might die tomorrow anyway. Soon as she getting ready to say something, soon as she coming to that conclusion, here come her whole ass sister, Adriana. And this bitch got the nerve to say she pregnant. And so this song, to me, at this time in this book, epitomizes to me how, if I was Elena, how I would have been feeling about Adriana. This is how I would have been feeling, the way she sacrificed herself to mend the bridges between her and Nico, the way she sacrificed herself up in the pool to make sure she had her moment with Garden Boy, and she was diverting the attention away from her to make sure that Nico wasn't suspicious. Everything Elena was doing, lighting herself on fire to keep her sister warm, just because Elena messed up that one little time. Adriana, to me, acted like such a selfish bitch and never appreciated the sacrifices that Elena did. And so this was a song to me that encompasses that. Because what do you say when your sister, the same sister you bled for fought for, and damn near lost yourself for, drops a bombshell like that in front of everybody and somehow forgets to mention it to you, cue fuck you by Yo Gotti. So, Elena sacrificed so much, even to the point where she was fighting her attraction, her feelings, her connections with Nico to make sure that her sister Adriana had a good connection with Nico. Whole time, Adriana getting her rocks off with Garden Boy and end up pregnant. And then announcing it after we all got shot out. Fuck you. Like, it don't get no deeper than that. You could at least told me. Like, when did you know you was pregnant? Because you never told me this whole time. Like, this whole time I'm over here catching the heat. I'm assuaging the situation. I'm covering for you. And you, when did you know? Unless you knew you was pregnant 10 seconds before you said it, fuck you. Because same thing to Tony, the other brother. That's why Nico shot you in your hand. Because y'all doing too much. Y'all don't give a fuck about nobody but yourselves. But guess what? Nico give a fuck about Elena. So it ain't shit y'all could say. That wraps up part 1 of The Sweetest Oblivion by Danielle Lori. Tune in Wednesday, June 25th for episode 2 as we dive deeper into this forbidden love, including diving deeper into the bombshell that blew the whole story up. And we'll talk a little bit about that infamous kitchen scene. If you know, you know. If you don't, you very well soon. What songs would you have paired with the scenes that we covered? And be real, how are you really feeling about Nico and Sweet Abelli at this time, especially as we just got into that whole deep bombshell of Adriana being pregnant? Make sure to subscribe, leave us a comment, and join the conversation. You know we've got more drama, more music, and more opinions coming your way.